Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to Celestial Oracle Codes. So, if this found you, this is going to be direct. This is a collective reading, but it's going to feel personal. So, take what aligns and leave the rest. Because what's coming through here is an imbalance. And it's not subtle. So, I'm being called to pull from the Oracle of Ascendance for this, actually. Alright. Okay. Let's get a few more. Okay. All right. This one flew over here first. Okay, so beautiful. And then we'll probably clarify with some tarot cards here in a second, but all right, so the solar plexus is coming out to not only remind you to know your worth, trust your gut instincts, trust in your willpower, your decisions, know that your thoughts are actually manifesting your reality. So focus on what you want and not what you don't want. Also, stand up for your rights. This card also says, and it is calling you to step into your full power, your willpower, right? Making decisions and being decisive. Also following through with what you say and not second guessing or feeling bad about the decisions that you made, right? Trusting in the choices that you're making. So, a huge message coming through with what's happening here is overinvestment on one side, okay? So, and inconsistency on the other. So, you're overinvesting, and someone is definitely being inconsistent in some way. You've been putting in energy, time, and attention, and not receiving that same level back, is what this card is saying. The hidden truth and the direct reflection comes through here, reminding you to focus on the truth, and that the truth beneath this is you already see it. The imbalance here isn't subtle, and you've been carrying more than you share, and you've been carrying more than your share. So while you're keeping it to yourself, carrying all these burdens and responsibilities, confirmation received on my phone, this isn't confusion. This is uneven effort. Okay? And so this card calls you to restore the balance through practical action. So third eye comes up to give you divine insight and to remind you that you have the same. This also reveals the clarity of what they're not saying. This is a reality check. What's not being said here is they've gotten comfortable with the dynamic as it is. They don't care to change because they don't have to, in their eyes. They're responding at a level that works for them, not necessarily at a level that meets you. And that's where the disconnect is. But wait until you see what happens when you stop overgiving, because this is where everything starts to shift. Asunda comes up to remind you of your connection to the infinite, spiraling up to the heavens, reminding you that all you need to do is trust in the abundance of the universe, trust in the reciprocity of the universe, right? That means you don't have to overgive, you don't have to overextend, you don't have to show up for people who don't show up for you. And you have every right to find fulfilling relationships, experiences, places, things, anything that is of a fulfilling nature and adds an resilience and restoration to your spirit and to your experience in this life. Ultimately, this is a card of you are not meant to suffer, but you are meant to overcome suffering. And so ultimately, a big part of that is not overextending, not overgiving, not belittling ourselves, not looking at ourselves as though we're unworthy compared to everyone else, not diminishing our own desires in light of everyone else's, or in doing things for others in spite of ourself, right? This is also a card of filling your cup first and making sure that things are working for everyone. Ultimately, this is you getting crystal clear on the things that you desire and truly want in this life, standing up for yourself, using your willpower while taking balanced and practical actions towards your goals with insight and enlightenment to guide your way. And so ultimately, Asunda comes out here to reveal that what's not being said here is they're just that comfortable. That's where the disconnect is. And so ultimately, if nothing changes, right, Asunda comes to let you know if nothing shifts here, you continue to feel drained. You keep showing up fully, and they continue showing up partially. And that doesn't create alignment, it creates imbalance. Okay? And that's why these cards are coming out to tell you to trust your intuition, trust your gut instincts, follow your willpower, stand up for yourself, embrace your confidence, right? Awaken your lion, and then take practical actions to free yourself and liberate yourself. Okay? Ultimately, Seheki shows up to let me know that I don't know if you are interested in Reiki. You might be a Reiki practitioner. You may have dabbled in Reiki. You might be a Reiki master. You can be any of those things on this channel. And also, you might just be looking into Reiki or trying to see if that's looking into any of the energy healing arts to heal traumas or any kind of emotional and mental afflictions or disturbances, dissatisfactions or occurrences, any kind of afflictions of an emotional or mental nature are coming through in this card as the outcome. So this is the power, right? This stands for the power. This is you taking your power back. That's what Seiki is in this situation. This is you taking control of your emotions in this situation. This is you having balanced emotions while you take balanced, clear actions towards your goals with willpower and insight to lead your way. And ultimately, the power here isn't in giving more. It's in pulling your energy back, right? Pull back your mental. Don't let them hijack your thoughts. Don't let them hijack your emotions. Don't let them hijack your central nervous system. Don't let them make you shut down. Don't let them, tell them to wait. Tell them to give you time to make your choices. Make sure that you are making decisive choices that you can stand behind and that you don't have to worry about or recalculate later. That's also what's coming through here. Give yourself the strong, firm footing on an emotional and mental level to do whatever is best for you in any given situation here. So the power here isn't in giving more, it's in pulling your energy back. You don't fix imbalance by overcompensating, okay? You correct it by matching energy or removing access. When you stop carrying it, the situation reveals what it actually is, honestly. So let's get some. So I thought we were going to do tarot for our clarifiers, but I am being told we need to do the Sovereign Stability Index cards to make sure that you get all of the deepest insights, right? Because we want some real actions to take so that we can get some real results. I'm feeling that for this collective today. And so just know that this isn't about blame, it's about balance. And so we're going to get you some cards to help you rebalance here really quickly. Thank you to the Most High and my angels, my guardians, and my guides. We'll go ahead and get you one for each one. So I'll leave them in the order, even though I'm so good at taking them out of the order, but we're going to leave them in the order so that we know exactly what card goes to what. So, all right. Okay. Thank you. Beautiful. Oh, I guess that one gets two. Okay, so your last one, right? Your power gets two. So there's two power cards for you. All right. All right, so for your willpower, the Sovereign Stability Index card is simplicity enhances your output. So remove any of the excess, remove clutter, and the efficiency will rises and the flow improves. So removing clutter, any excess clutter. This is also clutter in your email inbox. This can be clutter in your camera. This can be anything that is stagnating or getting in the way of you seeing opportunities, of you getting communicated with, of you seeing the real forest behind the trees, if one would say. So ultimately, this is you clearing inboxes. This is you clearing out physical clutter. This is you clearing out non-beneficial thoughts and patterns and self-sabotaging habits or any addictions, afflictions, or downright anything that does not fit your life. This is just you removing anything in excess that is not serving you, okay? So that is the best way for you to enhance your willpower at this time. The best way for you to enhance the flow of your manifestations is with integrity. Integrity is your edge. So remember that. That's what's special about you. You have integrity and ethics. And it's something that is actually more rare in this world, I'm finding out, than I thought. So amazing that you have it. And congratulations, because that means you have great standards and things are on their way to you. So the action for you to take here for that balanced action toward your goals is to keep your standards. Isn't that amazing? Just keep doing what you're doing. And remember that integration, honesty compounds trust. So remember to be honest in all your dealings, and this influence will expand, and you will start seeing your influence, but not only an influence over others, right? Because that's not what we're after, but we're seeing a deeper influence in our lives, in the structure of the way that things are unfolding in our life and in our old manifestation of our goals and of the life we love. All right. So for our next one, we have the third eye. So that one comes out with your long-term focused wins. So I think that this is really, really cool because obviously when we have a deeper vision or a vision beyond the vision or a deeper outcome that we're searching for or higher goals and truths or deeper desires and insights, all of that is third eye energy. And so when we focus on long-term wins and focus on winning in the long run, we are using third eye energy. And so this is a really cool card to get here. So this just says to the action for you to do is to prioritize your future. So that is what you'll be doing in the future. You will be prioritizing your future. You'll be using your deeper insight and your third eye. So there's the third eye activation coming. that, or an upgrade if you already feel like you are activated as far as the third eye capacity. Then the distractions are going to fade, right? And the obstacles and maybe some of the things that make this journey so surreal for you, right? The people who step out of line, the people who try to get your goat, I guess the phrasing is. But however it shows up for you, there's some surreal things that we go through. I know I do in this life where people just treat you differently, or they might not like you for some ridiculous reason, or whatever the case may be. They're a narcissist, they're a sociopath, they're a whatever. But at the end of the day, we're not here to dissect or judge them. It's just they love to try and dissect and judge us, and they love to try and project their emotions, their feelings, their mentality, their perceptions onto us. And it has nothing to do with reality. And so we don't really have to care. We kind of bypass them. But at the end of the day, remember that to protect your energy, to exercise your free will, to stay balanced while you're keeping your standards, even if those around you don't have them. That's especially when you need them, so you can teach them something through your behavior. And ultimately, the distractions are going to fade as you prioritize your future, and your success will compound. So don't look for these huge strides in success, the windfall of success. Look for things to slowly build the structure and the stability that you truly want in this life, and that's ultimately going to lead you into this asunda energy where you're manifesting with the divine and co-creating with the universe and bringing your desires in and your thoughts into physical form, okay? And so ultimately, the card that comes out with asunda here is your past is no longer your prediction. So it says your past is no longer your prediction. History is reference, not destiny. Remember that. We reference history so that we can see exactly the choices we made in the past and how they turned out, or how well they turned out, and then we can make wiser ones in the future. Like, okay? So we reference the past, but we do not use it to map out our destiny. Ultimately, you're being called to stop narrating old disappointments and stop trusting or relying on the old narrative where things disappointed you. The self concept is rewriting the future probability. So really get down in that self concept and immerse yourself in this new identity that you're sporting. New outcomes become statistically likely if you do this, okay? And trust in the universe. It's co-creating with you. You're completely supported and protected. That's a huge message coming through. Your guides and guardians, they want you to know that. Whomever you are, whomever sees this message, if you made it this far into the message, just know that this entire message is for you, okay? Whatever messages come through in my messages, I want you to know that it doesn't matter when you hear them or how you hear them. My messages are timeless, and so that whenever you hear them, they are relevant for you. And whatever messages you take away, whatever resonates, that is your message. And most people don't stay until the whole video is done. So if you made it this far into the video, just know all this positive energy that I am throwing out into the universe right now is yours. And so claim it, because you're going to have a happy life, all right? You're going to have a happy life. And I'll say that. And it wasn't so happy in the beginning. And, there was some problems that made this Seheki maybe want to come up upside down, but it's right side up here. So it lets me know that you did the work. You got your mental and your emotional state good. So don't let them take away your willpower, and don't let anything stand in the way of your divine insight. And remember that you can co-create with the universe at all times. At all times, okay? That's that spiral at all times. And ultimately, Seheki is what is coming out as your outcome. So just remember, with this outcome, ultimately, with this outcome, the simplicity is clarifying your direction. Okay? And so I'm sorry, I was like hearing something and it didn't sound like simplicity clarifies direction. But it was remove the clutter, right? So it was the decluttering. And ultimately, that goes perfectly with your prioritizing your future and the distractions fading as you focus on your long term success. and removing the excess. Okay, so all of those flow together, and ultimately, your focus will sharpen and your success will accelerate. So now we have your success compounding and accelerating in the future. That's what that means. You have success in the future. It's compounded and accelerated, or accelerated in a compounding way. All right. And then guess what else? So I love the fact that the compounds are what are connected to your future, or the accelerating of the success, right? Because we already got the compounding in the insight, right, where you're prioritizing your future and focusing on the long-term focus with the third eye. And then the vision that results is the outcome, which equals this emotional and mental fulfillment, hello, which is your success accelerating and your results compounding. So I don't know what you do, but you're about to get great results and your success is about to accelerate. But ultimately, listen to this. Simplicity clarifies direction. So you need to be removing the clutter for your success to accelerate. The focus will sharpen, and that will make your success accelerate. Ultimately, the vision that comes from that focus will require repetition, okay? So this reminds you to reinforce your goals. So don't forget about your goals. Don't forget to show up for them daily. Don't forget to be consistent. Don't forget to reinforce them on a daily basis with your identity, with your alignment, and your identity, as it says on the card, will align. As the identity aligns, your results will compound. So that means stay true to your actions and ultimately stay true to the feelings that come with these chakras. You might be being called to do some root chakra work, third eye chakra work, and solar plexus work for the willpower. So that's willpower, divine insight, and safety, security, stability, and manifesting your goals, and ultimately attracting happiness into your life. What a beautiful message, my loves. Thank you so much for being with me here in this space. I am grateful for each and every one of you. If you made it this far in this message, just remember what I said. This message, this entire message is for you, and it is a pretty positive outcome. Okay? Especially since it's a vibration that you hold, and that attracts so much goodness into your life. So, what I will say with my closing way shower insight after hearing this reading and reading these cards for whomever this message is for, oh, beloved soul, you are entering the phase in your life that is the end of all bad things and the beginning of all new and good things. So feel the way of somebody who only has to and gets to experience the new and good things now. This is my way shower insight. I love you all so deeply, so deeply. Thank you, each and every one of you who subscribes and who has been here. I love you either way, but if you're not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing. I would love to have you around. Other than that, I send you only every ounce of my love, light, and endless blessings. They go to you, and I will see you in my next reading.